the office on Friday? Yes, they will. Both Luke and Scott will be in the office on Friday. Can they set up their meeting on Friday? Yes, they can. Both Luke and Scott will be in the office on Friday, so they can set up their meeting that day. Luke wants to do something.
What does he do?
What does Luke want to do? Well, he wants to meet with
What's he
Scott.
going to do with Scott?
Does he want to meet with Scott? Yes, he wants to meet
Why
with
does he
Scott.
have time for meetings?
Why does he want to meet with Scott? Well, he wants to meet with Scott to discuss ways to reduce expenses for their company. Luke thinks the meeting will be
Does
quite
he
long.
think the meeting will be quite long?
Does Luke think the meeting will be quite long? Yes, he thinks the meeting will be quite
How long
long.
does he think the meeting will be?
How long does he think the meeting will be? Well, he thinks the meeting will be about 3 hours. Scott doesn't have time for meetings this
Does
week.
Scott have time for meetings this week?
Does Scott have time for meetings this week? No, he doesn't have time
Why
for
does
meetings
he
this
have
week.
time for meetings this week?
Why doesn't he have time for meetings this week? Well, it's because he just got back to work after being sick for a few days, so he has a lot of tasks to complete. The meeting between Luke and Scott won't take place this week.
Was the meeting between Scott take place this week?
Will the meeting between Luke and Scott take place this week? No, it won't. Scott is very busy this week, so the meeting will take place later.
When is the meeting take
When will
place?
the meeting take place? Well, the meeting will take place next week. The meeting will take place next week instead of this week.
Was the meeting take place this week?
Will the meeting take place next week instead of this week? Yes, that's correct. The meeting will take place next week instead of this week.
Why was the meeting take place this week?
Why will the meeting take place next week instead of this week? Well, it's because Scott is very busy this week. Luke will be in the office
Is
on
he
Monday.
in the office on Monday?
Will Luke be in the office on Monday? Yes, Luke will be in the office on Monday. Scott will be in the office on Monday. Will Scott be in the office on Monday? No, Scott won't be in the office on